So this class we're going to take a step closer to sight reading, and we're going to play this time an Irish jig, or listen to an Irish jig first of all, and then maybe discover patterns in it, and maybe learn then how to improvise around the same structure. So I'm just going to play a very briefly a slowed down version of Morrison's jig. So we're just going to deal with the first part of that tune. The first thing I would say about it, and I know nobody here has done any sight reading before, well, I assume most of you haven't. So I'm going to talk our way through this little piece here. If you notice the very beginning of it, okay. Long note, fast notes, long, fast. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, if you can imagine, you can see maybe here there's a box, and beside it is another box of notes, and beside it there's another box of notes, divided by these things called bar lines. Just at the end, so there's 4 in the top line, 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 at the bottom, 1, 2, 3, 4. There's the bar. They're like rooms that contain beats. I know this might be a little bit confusing, but the best way to understand it is just to listen and look and see how it's applied. Here we go again. Page. If we're going to break down those 8 bars, the first is 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. That's the first line I'm after playing. So that section is long note. Then you're dealing with 6 short notes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long note. 6 short notes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 short notes in a row. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then you've got a mixed bar, long note, 3 short notes, 1, 2, 3, 6 in a row, then the last bar, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So, a lot of it repeats. This bit is the same as this bit, is the same as this bit. So 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Then you've got the 6 notes in a row, the 6 short notes in a row. Then you've got 2 long notes again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 in a row again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Same this line, pretty similar. So if we were going to call the structure to this song 2 long notes, 6 short notes, followed by 2 long notes, followed by 6 short notes, followed by 2 long notes, followed by 6 short notes, 2 long notes. Well, that's a long note and 3 notes, but we'll call it 2 long notes and 6 short notes. We could rapidly get our first trad piece together quickly. Now, the matrix of notes that we could use, we could go and decide to use 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Those 8 notes and no others. So E. Now, we're going to deal with 2 black notes here. We might as well get involved with the black notes now. That's an F sharp. If you go up 1 note from the F, it's an F sharp, followed by G, A, B, C sharp, and D. So, if we were going to go 2 long notes, 6 short notes, 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 that would be a good enough structure to start our trad piece. So, 2 long notes, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 short ones. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 long notes. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 short again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 2 long again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 6 short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And then 2 long again. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 6 short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You'll notice I'm counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 rather than 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The reason that is because the groups are in 2 groups of 3. The best way I can do it is clap it for you as it's playing. I'll just play that jig again. That's how a jig is counted. 2 groups of 3. I could be going 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, but let's just go 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for now so you can get a stronger idea of what I'm talking about. So, composing little ideas like that there, you need to give yourself rules like long note, and then 6 short notes, long note, 6 short notes, long note, 6 short notes, long note. You're kind of butterflying the ideas rather than if all the ideas are if the rhythm is all the same in every single bar, it's not going to sound musical. Let's say, for instance, we went 6 short notes all the time. It's hard to untangle the music from that. There's no stopping for breath. There's no longer or shorter ideas. There's no perspective. If we go long notes, short notes, it sounds more musical. So that rule of long note, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's starting to sound more musical. And it's important that you develop from that as well. You don't just use that as the only rule you're ever going to learn, but it's a good start. So if you, for instance, now take those 6 notes, compose your own. I'm going to count. Going to be long, long, short, 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 long, long. Okay, and I'm going to do 2 rounds of it. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. It's as simple as that. Every time I clap, you're supposed to be playing a note. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Now let's make it a little bit more interesting. In the blues video, we mixed up long, short, long, short, long, short, long, short with triplets. Let's try the same here. Let's go, instead of the long, long, let's go long, short, long, just to make it sound interesting. Okay. 1, long, short, 2, long, short, 2, long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, long, short, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Okay, take that a little bit slower. Long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, long, short, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, short, long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and so on. Your turn. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3, long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 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 2, 3. Taking this a step further, if we're going to compose something, there has to be something familiar in it so that the ear can grab onto it. If it's all completely new all the time, there's nothing recognizable, and it's hard for the brain to get attached to something that's too random. The brain likes a little bit of structure and order. So one way of doing that would be, let's try and keep the long, short notes the same. So every first, third, fifth, seventh bars are long, short, and then the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, we're going to mix it up. We're going to keep those different. So let's decide on the long, short notes that are going to be the same. Let's go E, B, G, B. That's long, short. So let's slow it down a little bit. Long, short, and then our ID on top of that will be, and then long, short again. These bits are going to be made up. They're going to be improvised. They're not going to be the same. They might be similar, but they're going to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and that's up to you. Long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So you can see what I'm doing there. It's starting to sound a little bit more organised and structured. Let's give that a go and see how it works. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long, short. I should have mentioned there that I want you to improvise on the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 bit. You make up the notes from the scale. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long, short, long, short. 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. 1, 2, 3, 2, 2, 3. Okay, this time I'm not going to count. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Okay, I'm going to clap this time. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. So we can take this a step further. We got a good grid there now to work from. It is interesting to a point, but I just find that long, short maybe could be changed a little bit. And we could, for the fourth long, short, we could just include, we could keep the short notes going like that. I'll demonstrate. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Now this is the change. Long, short, long, short. We only did 3 of them. Long, short, long, short. Long, short, long, short. Now I went a step further that time, and rather than doing 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 for the last bar, I changed it to long, short, long, short. The rhythm was long, short, but the notes were scrambled. This is all in the name of making it interesting, and moving away from, the predictable long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. These are all ideas for you to explore, so I'm going to do that again. Long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 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 So I didn't change it that time. I kept the 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3 at the end, but I changed this to, I just switched it from that place up higher, kept the long, short, but it made it sound more interesting. So these are all things you're going to have to do, and we could make out a sort of a grid or a matrix of long, short, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, and then maybe long, short, stuck on the one idea. and then 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short could be anywhere as well. So you got to experiment with this. You got to say, okay, I'm going to structure this song. I'm going to write something using these notes on the grid. Let's start with a different long short. Okay, here we go. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long. Oh, we'll just keep that. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short. That idea came to me at the very end when I was descending like that there. Rather than go back to long short, I decided to keep going. And that's the way your brain is going to pull you when you're improvising. You're not going to sit on the same thing for too long. That's part of the game, and it's very interesting when you get going at it. Trad harmonies in the left hand, that will keep for another time. For now, I just would like you to go long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Mix it up, get good ideas down. You don't have to stick on those notes either. This is the great thing. You could go to C. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. And so on. The sky's the limit with this. You could start on D and use that as your scale. Long short 1 2 3 1 2 3. 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 And whatever you like. So have fun with that. Improvise, make up new ideas, see what you come up with. Now you're starting to get to a place where you're going to have to start to be able to write music down, because there's no point in playing and thinking of good ideas without being able to remember them. So we'll discuss that in the next class. So we're on Hamming exercise number 7. Like all of them, they're useful, and we're going to take our time with this one to get the notes right and make sure that everybody's happy and comfortable playing them. So this is the sequence. Do that again. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. Left hand. 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So let's just do it very slowly, hands together. New sequence. New sequence. New sequence. You hear the groups of 8 notes. Basically you run out of fingers and you have to start at the first note again. The new sequence is this, descending. So that's 5, 3, 4, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Fingering. Left hand. 1, 3, 2, 4, 3, 5, 4, 3. That's what the sequence is. So finish on C, and that's that exercise. That's probably one of the more tricky exercises, so you gotta practice that one slowly, carefully, methodically. Stop at the end of every sequence just to regroup. Be careful with it, because the worst thing you can start doing with Hamming exercises is to do them too quickly, like. It's no good. It might sound flash, but after a while, when you slow down, you'll find that maybe your fingers have your left hand is behind or lagging or sped up, and your right hand is either behind or ahead of your left hand, and the fingers mightn't be even in each hand as well. So keep it nice and steady and straight. It's not a race. This is to be done right.